Think about the first time you kissed someone you were falling for. The nervousness, the lean in, that strange electric jolt when it finally happened. It felt like the most natural thing in the world. But stop and actually look at what you were doing. You pressed your face against another person's face and mashed your lips together, sometimes for minutes at a time, and somehow this is the height of romance. Described plainly, it is deeply weird. So why do we do it? Why does this one specific act feel like love itself? The answer goes back further than romance, further than language, and it begins somewhere you would never expect. Start with something that almost nobody knows. For all the power a kiss seems to have, it is not actually a universal human behavior. When anthropologists went looking, culture by culture, they found something surprising. Romantic kissing isn't universal. In one major anthropological study, it appeared in less than half of recorded cultures. That means something many of us see as the ultimate sign of love isn't even normal everywhere. In many places, it simply was not done. And in some, when outsiders described it, people were openly disgusted. Pressing your mouth to someone else's and sharing their spit struck them as strange, even revolting. When some travelers first introduced kissing to cultures that did not practice it, the reaction was not romance. It was disgust. Why, people asked, would anyone willingly share another person's saliva? Put that way, they had a point. Let that reset your assumptions for a second. The single most romantic act you can imagine is something a huge portion of humanity never did at all. So kissing cannot be a simple, hardwired instinct that every human is born with, which makes the real question even better. Where did it come from, and why does it grip those of us who do it so completely? One of the most fascinating answers starts not with lovers, but with a mother and a baby. For much of human history, and in some places still today, this is how a small child was fed. A mother would chew food until it was soft, then press it gently, mouth to mouth, straight into her baby. It even has a name, kiss feeding. Picture it, the lean in, the pursed lips, the soft press of mouth against mouth. It looks strikingly similar to kissing, and some researchers think this nurturing act may be where the whole behavior began. That the gesture of feeding, of nurture, of keeping someone alive, slowly drifted into a gesture of affection, from mother to child first, then between people who loved each other. If that is true, then every romantic kiss carries a faint echo of the very first thing a mouth ever did for another person. It fed them. And we are not the only ones who do something like this. Watch our closest relatives, and you will see the raw ingredients everywhere. Chimpanzees press their mouths together to make up after a fight. Bonobos, the most affectionate of all the great apes, kiss often, openly, and sometimes for a surprisingly long time. For them, mouth-to-mouth contact is social glue, a way to ease tension, to reassure, to say without words, we are okay. So the deep impulse to bring our faces and mouths together as a sign of trust is far older than humanity. We did not invent it, we inherited it, and then we made it our own. But why the mouth of all places? Why not rub elbows or press foreheads? The answer is written into your nervous system. Your lips are one of the most sensitive surfaces on your entire body. They are packed with a dense web of nerve endings, so many that an outsized share of your brain is devoted just to feeling with them. When you bring your lips to someone else's, you are pressing together two of the most sensitive, most exposed parts of two human beings. It is an act of enormous vulnerability. You are quite literally letting someone past your defenses, into a space where you could be bitten, where you have to close your eyes and trust. That vulnerability is part of the point. A kiss says, I am letting you this close, and meaning it is a powerful thing. And here is where it gets genuinely strange. Because while your conscious mind is lost in the romance of the moment, something else entirely is happening underneath. Your body is running an interview. Up that close, mouth to mouth and nose to nose, you are flooded with information about the other person. You taste them. You smell them. And remember, your sense of smell may be quietly reading them. Subtle cues of health, of compatibility, even of immune system differences. All through scent alone. A kiss puts you in the perfect position to gather every one of those signals at once. There may be even more to it. Saliva carries chemical signals of its own, including traces of hormones. One idea is that the messy, lingering kind of kiss exists partly to pass those signals along. a way to taste a hidden layer of information about each other. This may be why a first kiss can change everything. You have probably felt it yourself. Two people are attracted, everything seems right on paper, and then they kiss and something is just wrong. The spark dies. Surveys have found something striking. A large number of people, especially women, say they have ended a budding relationship over a single bad kiss. And the way we use kissing isn't even the same for everyone. Research suggests women, on average, place more weight on it, both for sizing up a partner in the first place and for keeping a bond strong over the years. For many, a kiss is a quiet, constant check-in. Is this still right? Are we still close? That is not pickiness. That is your ancient wiring delivering a verdict. Some deep part of you sampled that person and quietly decided, no. The romance you feel or do not feel in a kiss may really be the sensation of your body finishing its assessment. It is no accident that you remember your first real kiss so vividly, maybe more clearly than almost anything else from that age. Your brain flagged it as something that mattered enormously, because to the oldest parts of you, it did. And if the verdict comes back yes, the kiss does one more thing. It begins gluing you together. The moment your lips meet someone you are drawn to, your brain lights up. It releases dopamine, the chemical of craving and reward, the same system that drives us toward the things we cannot get enough of. It releases oxytocin, the hormone of bonding and attachment, the very same one that floods a mother holding her newborn, and it can quiet the stress hormones humming in your body. A kiss can leave you calmer and more attached, all at once. And it isn't only a feeling. In one study, couples were asked to kiss more often over a few weeks. By the end, they were less stressed, happier in their relationship. They even showed healthier cholesterol levels. A simple kiss, it turned out, was quietly improving their bodies. There is even the raw biology of contact. In a single 10-second kiss, two people can exchange around 80 million bacteria, swapping a tiny piece of each other's invisible inner world. And some scientists suspect this isn't a flaw, but a feature, that sharing your microbes over many kisses may help two people's immune systems grow familiar with the same threats. Even the germs, in a strange way, might be part of the bond. A kiss feels like such a small thing, but chemically it is your brain rewiring itself in real time toward another person. So step back and look at what a kiss actually is. It is at least three ancient things, stacked into one fleeting gesture. It is an echo of being fed, of the first tenderness any of us ever knew. It is an interview, your body quietly testing whether this person fits. And it is a flood of chemistry binding you to them if the answer is yes. Feeding, testing, bonding, all of it firing at once in a few silent seconds while you simply feel something you would only ever call love. Which is why it is a little sad how casually we sometimes treat it. We hand out kisses for the camera, on cheeks at parties we do not mean, in films as a tidy ending. We have taken one of the most loaded acts the human body can perform, and let it become something hollow, performed, almost throwaway. And in doing that, it is easy to forget what is actually happening when a kiss is real, to forget that your body never stopped taking it seriously, that underneath the performance, the ancient machinery is still running, still reading, still deciding, still reaching for connection, exactly as it always has. So the next time you kiss someone you truly love, know that you are doing far more than being romantic. In some small way, you are being fed again, repeating the oldest comfort there is. You are being interviewed, your body still quietly asking if this is right, and you are being bonded, chemistry pulling the two of you closer with every second. We took ancient survival behaviors, feeding a child, choosing a mate, building a bond, and turned them into the way we say the words too big to speak. I love you. It only feels like a kiss. Underneath, it is almost everything we have ever been.